Yeah, get it on. Got to get it on. The choice we're going to get it on. Yeah, Mayhem in studio is going to do some news. I got lots of stuff to talk about. And it's perfect timing. All right, so I had to go to Palm Springs to do the Freedom Festival.
All right.
And the plan was I was going to leave here at about 1 in the afternoon, and Mike August and I were going to drive my electric vehicle there, which is an Audi, which is all electrical or all electric, and fully charged, has a range of the range says 236. So I said to Mike, I said, well, we'll go down there. We'll see how we're feeling, and we'll probably charge it up there, even though technically it's 100 miles, and that would be there and back would be 200 miles, which leaves me with 36. But that is not how electric cars work. Now, I don't really understand it because it's a pretty heavily regulated industry. Like, they have CAFE ratings for cars. Your fleet has to average 22 miles per gallon if it's an internal combustion car. So you might sell a lot of trucks that get 10 miles a gallon, but you need some mini vehicles that get 50 miles a gallon to offset it. So you average at 22. But, you know, back in the day, they do, this car gets 18 miles an hour, 18 miles per gallon in the city, and then 27 on the highway or whatever. And it was all regulated. You couldn't make up your own numbers. Evidently, with electric cars, you just make up your own numbers because we got in this car, and Mike and I, it's 236. So these are the numbers you have to remember. We leave here, it's 236. We pull into the hotel in Palm Springs, and there's 146 left on the range.
So it's 100 miles away. Wait.
100 miles away, and according to the car, I used up 90 miles.
Need a different rating going up the hill with the AC, especially how August likes it.
Yeah, so we got 146 left on the range, according to the dashboard. So then we go in, do the gig, go to dinner, then go do a comedy show, and it's late. By the time I'm done with the comedy show, it's midnight. And Mike says, why don't we go back tonight? And I say, we have hotel rooms. Why don't we just go back tomorrow morning? And he says, well, I'm going back to the shop in Glendale with you, and then I got to go back to Orange County after I go back to the shop, and I'd rather do it at 2:30 in the morning than do it at noon because of traffic.
Practical.
And I go, Mike, all right, Michael cannonball it. I'll cannonball it. I don't care. I'm the guy who drove to Vegas in the middle of July from L.A. to Vegas, sitting in the back of a mini pickup truck with no bed liner, no camper shell, no earbuds, no cell phone, not even the window that had the slide on it that I could poke my head into the cab and go, hi, guy.
No sunscreen.
No nothing. Oh, I know it was at night, but it was still 95 degrees going through Death Valley. And I just sat on top of an axle in a Datsun mini truck, an 84 standard bed, not even a long bed. No sleeping bag, no pillow.
Sitting on a crushed Coors Light can.
Sitting on a crushed Coors Light can all the way to Vegas. So I can do it. So we get there, and we finish the gig, and Mike goes, why don't we just head back? And I said, all right, I'm fine. And then we said, well, we don't really need a place to charge because we got 146 left, and it only took us about 90 to get here. And we got 146.
Classic mistake.
So we take off into the night. I'm looking at my phone. I'm trying to figure out what happened to Olivia Newton-John's boyfriend who faked his own death by jumping off a fishing vessel in California and ending up in Mexico. I don't know if you know this one.
Definitely not.
I'm doing a deep. You know this
deep
one?
Dive. Bring that up.
No, I don't know this one. Who faked their death?
Olivia Newton-John's husband.
Yeah, gambling debts. We'll catch you
I
eventually.
don't know. He said he was going fishing, like in Malibu.
Oh, wait, no, I do know this. That's why I rang a bell.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he, like, went off to Catalina, caught another boat, like, run a little skiff out to another boat.
Yeah, on the way there, it was a deep dive into Alfalfa from Spanky and our gang and Little Rascals.
Yeah, I know it's connected somehow.
That guy's story. By the way, that guy shot dead at 31.
How bad of a wife is Olivia Newton-John, though?
You know how happy I'd be to be married to Olivia Newton-John?
Oh, you're the one.
I would never fake my death. She's hot. She's rich.
She's pretty awesome.
She's Grammy nominated. You've married to Olivia Newton-John and you're going to fake your own death.
He had gambling debts or something. Or he owed the cartel some money and had to go work as a sex slave down there.
Well, the way up, I do the whole Alfalfa dive, which was, dude, long after the show was over, Little Rascals living in the San Fernando Valley. This is me entertaining me and Mike on the way there with commentary. He's a dog breeder. Has a guy. See, he's a dog breeder and a hunting guide. Oh, he's a dog breeder, a hunting guide, and a bartender. At this point, he can find no work as an actor.
Gig
right?
economy, though,
Right. He's training a guy, a kind of friend of his dog, and the dog runs away. And the friend is like, hey, man, you owe me for my hunting dog. And then Alfalfa goes, I'm going to put a thing out saying a $35 reward for the return of this hunting dog. And the guy brings the dog back to the bar that Alfalfa works at. And Alfalfa gives him the $35 for the reward and $15 worth of free booze, which in 1959 was a lot of that's a lot to celebrate because 2 fingers of rye was a buck, 50 cents back then. This is 1959, $15 worth of booze. Like I was jealous. So he gives the dog back thing. Then Alfalfa, he gets drunk and decides that the dude whose dog he lost needs to pay him his $35. That's his dog, and he shouldn't have to pay the $35 for the reward, but he lost the dog.
I see the logic, but...
So he shows up to the dude's house with the guy's wife and stepkids. He bangs on the door, says, I want my $35. And the guy goes, no, you lost the dog. You put the reward up. You pay the reward. That's your reward. And Alfalfa, threatens him or has a knife. It's a little dicey. Guy goes in the next room, gets a revolver out, shoots him in the groin. Alfalfa bleeds out.
That's the end of Alfalfa?
That's the end
How
of
did I never know this
that's
story?
That's the end of that story. That's a great story. All right.
Golly.
So now it's the ride back. It's about 1 a.m., and I'm getting Mike caught up with Olivia Newton-John's husband who faked his own death. So I'm just staring at my phone.
He's paddling off the coast of Catalina.
Patrick Kim McDermott disappeared June 2005. Unsubstantiated claims have been made, particularly in the Australian media, that McDermott faked his own death and is still alive in Mexico.
Oh, I know a guy who faked his own death.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
He came back.
Who was that?
Now, I don't want to say his name in case somebody's really looking for him because he popped back up somewhere else. I'll tell you it's in Southeast Asia.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So I was trying to get to the bottom of that. Olivia Newton-John's husband at 1 a.m. And then all of a sudden, we're about halfway. We're right halfway between Palm Springs and L.A. It's about 1 a.m. And Mike, who's driving while I'm narrating, he goes, uh-oh, we got a problem. And I go, what's the problem? And I look up, and he goes, we got 46 miles worth of range. And I go, 46 miles? We had 146 when we left, and that was 45 miles ago. He goes, we just scrubbed off 100.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger, Will Robinson.
I quickly look down at my phone, and the phone says 53 miles back to L.A. And the dashboard says 46. And by the way, 46 means 27. Okay, that doesn't even.
Getting dicey, baby.
So I go, okay, Mike, we gotta find a charging station in here. So Mike pulls off, and that's in Ontario.
Oh, bumfuck Egypt.
Yes, pulls off in Ontario. Now it's 1:30. It's the middle of the week. He's looking at his phone. He's got an app because he has a car. Now we're looking around. He goes, oh, there's a charger over here. We pull off. It's all these car dealerships where there are chargers, but the car dealerships are all fenced off and the gate's closed and it's locked. You can't get in. So it's like the app goes, hey, there's a charger, but they don't tell you you cannot use this charger. So now Mike and I are driving through bumfuck with big rigs going by. It's getting a little dicey, and I'm looking at the odometer go down, the range go down. And then at some point, he finds another one. And this one is in like Ontario Mills Mall. And again, it's 1:30 at night. There's nobody around. Come pulling in. He goes, okay, we found one. Like, okay, good. Plug it in. I go, okay. Mike gets his card out and his thing, swiping his card and everything. I go, okay, now listen. We got like 53 miles to get back, but that 46 isn't really 46. And by the way, now it's down to like 30, 35. I go, that 35 is not really 35. That 35 is more like 20. And we got like 53. So we got to put at least 30, 35 miles on this thing before we can pull it out and hit the road again. And again, I did 2 shows in Palm Springs. We left here 1 in the afternoon. I'm tired. And I go, we'll just charge it up. We'll just get it to the minimum. We'll just put like 40 miles on it. We'll take off. We'll get back to L.A. And now I'm thinking to myself, all right, so I'm not going to be back to like 2:15, something like that. Mike and I both just go get in the car. I'm sure everyone thought it was some sort of gay hookup or something.
You're telling me you're hanging out at rest stops with Mike August?
Just sitting there. So me and him are just sitting in the car, talking about Olivia Newton-John, listening to the 70s station. And Mike and I are both focused on the dashboard that says 35 miles on it because the car's lit up.
Yep.
And I'm just staring at it. And I'm staring at it. And I'm staring at it. I'm like, Mike, that range thing isn't moving. And then at some point, after we both stare at it for a while, it does move. It goes up 1. It goes up 1.
36.
Now we're at 36. And I grab my phone and I hit the timer on the phone. And I hit the stopwatch. And then we sit there and just listen to Olivia Newton-John. And I'm looking at my phone. It's like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5.5 minutes. Ting, goes up 1 more. Now we're 37. And I go, okay, Mike, hold on. I've done the rough. It's going to go up about, I think we'll do about 10 miles in an hour. But the 10 miles isn't really 10 miles. It's more like 6.5 the way we've been going. So, according to my calculation, we're going to sit in this parking lot for 5 hours.
Well, maybe if you stopped using the car watching Grease the musical over and over again, you guys would get out of there quicker.
I thought about turning my seat cooler off momentarily, but I realized this is chump change. We needed big Doge style mileage here, not the little parsley around the plate of life. And I'm sitting there, so Mike and I are both just sitting there staring at this thing. It's like it's 1:45 in the morning. We're in Ontario. There's nobody around. I'm tired of shit. I did 2 shows in Palm Springs, and I'm staring at this thing, and 8 minutes later, 1 more.
Oh.
So I go, Mike, this is not going to work. We're on the slow boat here. We got to get the fast charger. We got to get the supercharger. Right? Yeah. He goes, okay, all right. Starts looking at his phone again. He goes, I think there's a supercharger one that's on the other side of the mall over here. It's the middle of the night. So Mike and I are fishing through the Ontario parking lot mall. We get to the supercharger one. There's one dicey dude there just charging at 145, man, just with his car.
Smoking a blunt.
Yes, seat recline. Like, that's dicey, that guy. But he probably thinks we're pretty dicey, too. So we pull up next to the supercharger, and I see Mike pull the handle out, and he's fighting with it and fighting with it.
Finding the hole.
And then he can't find it, and he hands it to me, and I'm like, nah, this is the wrong one. This is not going to fit. This won't fit. And he goes, God damn it. And drive around to the other supercharger. This one's not fitting either. I'm like, this isn't the right one. We need a fast charger somewhere, but it's not this one, and the other one's too slow. So then we find, there's a Days Inn that has one like a mile away. There's a hotel, a motel. It's 2 a.m. now. I go, okay, let's go to this one. We go to the thing. I go over there. Mike swipes the thing, plugs it in. Thing comes up like an error, no charge, error, no charge. And then he's like, try the one next to it. The one next to it, it's middle of the night. The one next to it, it's got tape on it, like it's no good. I go, okay, Mike, this one's no good. The other one doesn't fit. That there. We need to go back to the slow one. We'll go back to the slow one. We'll plug it in, and then we'll just call a fucking Uber at 3 a.m, and we'll just take $100 goddamn Uber ride back to here, and then you got to go drop me off at my house after this. And 2:45 in the morning, it's like, dude in a Jeep Cherokee, he'll find you. I'm like, how does he find us? We're standing in the middle of a parking lot. I'm dumb, I don't really know. I think you need an address or stuff. He's coming to my phone, and also I was like, he's gonna think he's getting jacked. Like it's a weekday. It's 2:45 a.m. in the middle of an Ontario parking lot.
Middle-aged white carjackers.
This guy's gonna come find us.
Middle of the night, waiting there with their glasses on.
He doesn't know we're middle-aged white dudes when he gets the call. But anyway, picks us up, get in the back of his Cherokee, fucking get back here, get back to my place at 3:30. Get up this morning, and it's like, well, how are we gonna get the car? Where is it? By the way, I took one stupid picture of a movie theater marquee, and then I Googled it. There's 35 of them in the Southland, and they're all somewhere between here and Palm Springs. And I'm like, I don't know. It was dark. Not only was it dark, we circumnavigated this, and then we pulled off, and then we turned around and came back. Like we were literally what you do when you abduct somebody and you don't want them to find out where your headquarters are, and they don't want to be able to lead people.
Scramble the GPS.
Yeah, you just drive in a circle for a while, and that's what we did. And it was at night. So now it's 52 miles away. It's halfway to Palm Springs. I could get my assistant, get in the car. Here we go. I go, listen, we're leaving. She goes, where's the car? I go, it's somewhere between here and Palm Springs. It's about halfway, probably about 50 miles. So then I call Mike. He doesn't pick up. So I just start driving that direction. I go, just Waze Palm Springs, and we'll start heading to Palm Springs. And I know about 51 miles from here, that's where
you're gonna home in on it like a pigeon.
Right. So I got this picture that I took of the Regal movie theater sign. So I go find where there's like a Regal Max movie theater halfway between here. It'd probably be about 50, 51, 52 miles. And so Daphne goes, there's a Regal Max theater that's 50 miles from here on the way I go, that's where the car. It's
the
somewhere
beautiful
there.
My numbers cross over her face.
Yes. And I go, okay, it's there. Then, of course, I pull up to the movie theater, and she's like, where's the car? And I don't know. It's somewhere in this vast parking lot, which is now filled with cars. Yes. It's filled with cars. It's not, I don't have any idea where my car is. Drive around, try to take a look at the picture, like what was the angle of the dangle from the picture, find it, get the car hooked up. It's about half full. Fine. Jump in it.
Still, after all night of that, it just trickled in. I know. You need the adapter, Ace. You need the adapter.
I gotta have the adapter. But here's the other thing. So then I turn on the radio, and Newsom is outraged because Trump has squashed his EV mandate in California. It's like, bitch, you don't have the infrastructure for an EV mandate. There's no infrastructure. You understand? You can't get to Palm Springs is close.
It's close.
If you're in LA. Vegas is far. San Francisco's far. Even San Diego's a little further. But you can't, if we can't get to Palm Springs and back in our mandated EV car and or have an abundant charging network and system and grid that we could charge on, then sorry, you can't mandate it because you're not ready for it. It's perfect California. It's like, we want electric cars. You have an electrical grid where we have rolling brownouts every summer because people run their air conditioning and we get brownouts. We want electric cars. You must fix your grid, and you must have an array of charging stations that are functional. And by the way, 1 mile, I'll put it to you this way, 10 miles an hour is not going to work. It's just not going to work.
Golf cart top speed?
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Hey, what do you think, Ace? I never asked you. Nuclear power?
Yes.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah.
McDermott had filed bankruptcy in 2000 and had received court orders to pay overdue child support to his former wife, Olivia's. That was Olivia's former wife. Was Olivia's former wife? He was Olivia's on and off again boyfriend.
No.
Okay. Yeah. So he filed for bankruptcy, owed some money.
You know what? Baby mama drama gets us all.
I know.
But not me.
Not you. So listen, now Newsom is suing Trump for canceling his EV mandate.
Meanwhile, he can't have no charge at Palm Springs.
Look,
All right.
here's what I would say. I would say to the legislators and Newsom and Bass, I would go, look, I'm all with you on electric cars. I own an electric car. I'm fine with electric car. I have to own an electric car and a gas-powered car because 2 electric cars are not going to work because I'm going to do shows in Vegas. I'm going to Jimmy Kimmel's Club coming up. I'm going to drive. The electric car is not going to do it. The fact that there's electric charging stations between here and Vegas does not do it because half of them are out of order or too slow or don't work. But here's what I would say to Newsom. I'd say, here's what I'll do for you. When the range of an electric car either gets good enough so that you can leave L.A. and make it one way to Vegas. And by the way, people do the thing where they go, well, Vegas is 311 miles away and mine has a range of 350. Bullshit, it does. Bullshit.
I'm going to see you in Death Valley.
Yeah, I'll
Just
see.
a skull next to one of those bull skulls.
You know how I'll find you? I'll look for the buzzards. That's how I'll run you down. You try, because you're flatlining around the bun boy.
Yeah.
That's the way this is going to work.
That big-ass thermometer is just piling up with bodies.
I've yelled at people many times. World's biggest thermometer.
My ass.
It's a stick that has digital numbers on it. It's not a thermometer. It's not a thermometer. If I take a digital readout that says 81 degrees and I set it on top of the Empire State Building, that's not the world's tallest thermometer. It's a stick that has digital numbers on it.
I know.
Anyway.
I got the big government solution. Mandate every Starbucks have a charging station. Game over. Take that, libs.
We either need a car that can make it from L.A., truly, from L.A. to Vegas on a run, or you need to have some infrastructure that'll work out. Right now, we don't have either one of those. Maybe there's a couple of EV cars, but we're talking for the masses. That ain't it. So then we make that your car has 300 miles worth of electric range, and the dash is telling me I got 235 or 240. I should be able to get that in that vehicle. I shouldn't get dramatically less. Now, I'm not going to quibble if Mike and I got, it said 236 and we only got 222 or something like that. I'm not going to quibble over that. It whacked 100 miles off in the first 50 miles, and we were fucked in the middle of the night. So then Mike wanted to stay at the Days Inn.
Man, he's seducing you, I think.
I know.
This is a slow seduction.
You don't want to spend all that money on 2 rooms, do you?
What do we need 2 beds for?
Yeah, California Republicans are investigating the low carbon fuel standard update that will increase the cost of gas to 65 cents per gallon, 65 a gallon, which will get us over $6 a gallon, impacting not just California, but the parts of Nevada, Arizona, blah, blah, blah. The people that are impacted the most, the people that can't afford electric cars are poor people, Democrats, and the people that can't afford $6 a gallon gas are poor people, Democrats. So please focus on them when you're driving gas up and forcing people into cars they can't afford. All right. Also, a clip that I saw, which was a woman named Felicia, and she was speaking, I guess, in front of Congress, and she was, I don't know who put this up. What? I'll think of it. We'll find out who put it up. Anyway, she's there to talk about SNAP. She needs free food because she needs it. Now,
this lady,
Amy Klobuchar. Yes. Okay.
This lady on the screen.
Okay. What would you say that this woman is morbidly obese?
I mean, look, man, I'm not a doctor.
Okay, but in terms of BMI, right?
But listen, I'm not here
in
to
terms
judge.
of BMI. If you're
damn, Snap did her wrong. All she bought was Hostess.
If you're a woman who is 5'5" and you're
5 foot wide
and you're 285, you are morbidly obese.
You're gonna have some problems, definitely in your ankles.
In terms of BMI is scary. Like, I'm 6'2", I'm supposed to be 180 pounds, I'm 200 pounds, and you go look it up, I'm like almost morbidly obese.
We're all supposed to be lean, mean fighting machines.
Right. Okay. So Amy Klobuchar, if you're looking for a candidate to make a case for free food, maybe leave the fat ass in the parking lot. Why don't you go get like someone from Sudan? And then unleash a box of flies on their head, and they'll just sit in there swatting flies when I can see their, see every vein in their neck. But getting a fat chick to talk about free food is a kind of a weird portrait to pay. I'm just saying, Amy Klobuchar, everything's optics. Maybe this isn't your best candidate, but here she goes. She's going to tell us she's 45, morbidly obese, and she's going to tell us why she needs SNAP.
I am a single mom of 4 who are ages 21, 17, 12, and 11. I would like to tell you my story on how SNAP benefits.
I feel like the 21-year-old might be able to go get their own food, right? Like, when I was 21, I lived in an apartment with 2 other dudes that were 21, and
Mike Miller said goodbye on 17. You know what
17?
I mean? 18.
That's when your dad kicked you out?
17. Yeah.
My stepmom kicked me out of the garage when I was 18. I was living in a garage. I was like, really? The garage? I didn't go in the house. But all right, 21, you can take care of yourself. Buy a little Top Ramen. 17, you can get a job. But all right, she needs it. Here we go.
On how SNAP benefit has helped me. Sorry.
She's becoming emotional over free food.
Go ahead. You're doing good.
Well, here's my argument, though. If this lady is simple, I cannot do anything, and I get having empathy for her, but man, she dug this ditch. You know what I mean?
She found some food. She's been finding food, but all right, she's a simple person. But she has,
you know what I mean? Like, why can't she work or
she does? She has 3 jobs. She's going to tell you she has 3 jobs.
Oh, well, then how can no 3 jobs not give you enough? I mean, that's a lot of babies, and that's a lot of women.
She has 3 jobs and 4 chins. All right, here we go.
When I had my oldest daughter 21 years ago, I was working 3 jobs. 1 job alone, I had to pay childcare. Another one to pay food, which wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough. You have a job and it's not enough. All right, listen to me, everyone. Look, you can't go to the steakhouse in Palm Springs with me in August and do what we did, but you can go to the supermarket, you can buy a dozen eggs, you can buy beans, you can buy rice, you can buy a nice big chub pack of ground beef, and you can go home and make an onion and a bell pepper and go home and make some shit.
I want to assemble that. I bet that was mine. What do you think?
Eggs, chub pack, 40? Onion.
Okay.
I'll put a little garlic in there.
Right.
Rice, beans, boil it up, throw some bouillon cubes in there. Don't cost nothing. I mean, when I was poor, I'd make a big old pot of shit. And
I'm going to make that stew that you're just talking about.
For like 4 days.
I know it's the Viking stew for sure.
Let me tell you something, Mayhem.
Yeah.
I'm wealthy now.
Yeah.
I came back from the Pacific Northwest. You want to know where you got those tacos, Andrew? Yeah. I didn't want to say anything to you, but those were porch tacos, and they were someone else's tacos. And I thought they were vegetarian tacos. I came home from the Pacific Northwest on a Monday at 4 in the afternoon. There's a bunch of food sitting on my doorstep. I was outside. It was on the map. It was just sitting there. And I was like, what have we here? And then I started taking it apart. It was Mexican food.
Yeah.
It was a lot of Mexican food. And so I had a couple good burritos. One of the best burritos I've ever had. Beef, rice. Rice in a burrito is good. It's good. People fuck around. It had beef, had rice, and it had beans in it. And it was good. The other one was like a breakfast burrito. Tater tots.
All right.
I don't know. People
All
get
right.
fucking too enamored with tater tots. But if you want to put hash browns in there, and then there was a rack of tacos. And
Dude, who brought this burrito cornucopia to your building?
I don't know, but they dropped it off
This
in
is
the
at
front
the
of the
Days
house.
Inn last night?
This is coming back from the Pacific Northwest a week and a half ago. I just walked back up to my place, and there's a pile of food sitting there. And so I said,
Hey, what if there's a left-wing conspiracy to poison you, Ace?
it's manna from heaven.
the hell, man?
Manna from heaven. So I looked down at it. Also, Taco Bell. It had Taco Bell in there, too. Had Taco Bell and this other Mexican food. It had, like, the highest of the high and the lowest of the low in the Mexican food realm.
Some DoorDash driver fell out drunk on the way to the delivery, and you're the recipient.
So I looked at it, and it was from earlier that day. And I, flicked a couple ants and roaches off, and I brought it inside, and I spread it out, and I said, all right, well, I know what I'm eating tonight. And
Was Mike August in his underwear?
I got into the burrito.
Oh, okay.
And then I looked at the tacos, and they're all pushed together, and I was like, oh, man. Oh, I think these are vegetarian tacos. And I started feeling around in them a little bit, and I was like, these are vegetarian tacos. So I'll just bring these in for the vegetarian assholes at work here. And so I brought it in, and then I fed them the vegetarian tacos, but they didn't eat them because it turned out to be beef tacos. I just couldn't figure it out. What happened was the guacamole on top kind of went brown because it was outside and it felt weird. So I put my finger
thought
in
it
it.
was
I
new
like,
beans.
I thought it was some sort of weird bean curd thing or something. And also, to be fair, I was in a weird mindset, which I shouldn't have been in, which is fuck these people and their fucking vegetarian tacos. I knew it. Couldn't get some carnitas or pork or something good, fish taco. No, I got to get the vegetarian taco. But it's like $140 worth of food. So then I brought that in, and these guys wouldn't eat it because they found out it had beef in it, and so they gave it back.
No, I ate mine. I finished.
You ate
Well,
yours.
because it was like I started it.
Yeah, I already
finished
got it. Yeah, right.
Are you afraid you're going to stop having your period?
You need extra iron during those key days of the month, man. So then Chuck didn't eat his because Chuck's a real vegetarian, and he picked through it. And so now I was left with 2 or 3 beef tacos and and 2 halves of a burrito for 3 days. That's all. I lived off what was on the porch for 3 goddamn
Unexplained
days.
mystery tacos.
3 days. 3 days.
Yeah.
The tacos were in that fridge. The burrito was in that fridge. All to my head. So there's ways to eat cheap.
Yo, man, these mystery tacos messing with me, though. Are you telling me that people are... Never mind. I guess
No,
I've
I
asked
ate it
too
all.
many questions.
Listen, I used to do Loveline. Loveline, every once in a while, some fan would just give us a batch of cookies that they made in their apartment.
I know.
And Drew,
I met Cookie Lady.
with like foil on it and, like a Post-it with a heart, and Drew and I would just like look at them and go, all right, well, I'm eating it.
Yeah,
I don't know
for
about
sure.
you. And we just eat them.
Much love.
Much love. So, all right, sorry. So she's got a 21-year-old who's got to eat. She's got a 17-year-old who's got to eat. She's got a couple of youngins. She didn't do a lot of planning. She's fat.
Ooh.
She needs free food from the government. All right, hit play, sorry. And Andrew, I didn't tell you guys it was from the porch because I didn't want to, ruin it.
It was still really good.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Once, Tori Amos went to the radio station at K-Rock in the morning, and fans love Tori Amos, and they gave her a big bouquet of flowers. And she left. She just left the flowers behind. I was just working there doing odd jobs in the morning for free, And I was like, oh, I'm going to take Tori Amos's flowers. I'm going to give them to my girlfriend, Cynthia. And so I took Tori Amos's flowers, but I knew Cynthia was a huge fan of Tori Amos. She loved Tori Amos. So I gave her the flowers. I said, there's your flowers. She's like, oh, my goodness. Wow, just on a weekday, huh? For no reason. I'll get you some flowers. And she's, wow, that's so sweet of you. And I go, and guess whose flowers those were? Tori Amos. And she's pushing it back at me. She goes, get the fuck out of here. And that's when I learned my lesson, Andrew, about telling people about Mexican food that was on a porch. I'm not going to have another Tori Amos situation, this time with tacos.
Now, you know who sent it? Olivia Newton-John's ex-husband.
That's right. From south of the border. All right, sorry. All right, let's hear what the Snap lady has to say. Felicia.
When I had my oldest daughter 21 years ago, I was working 3 jobs. One job alone, I had to pay childcare. Another one to pay food, and which wasn't enough, and one to pay the bills, and I still struggled a lot. Moving forward, I am now working a full-time job as a bus monitor, and I'm a driver who transports students to specialized schools in Kansas City. As an employee of the school district, I only get paid once a month. By the time I get my bills paid, I have nothing left to pay for food and other basic needs. If it wasn't for SNAP benefits, I wouldn't be able to feed my children nor myself. I work, pay my bills,
all right,
and real
now,
bad
listen,
optics,
I feel bad for everybody, but
it's
listen,
hard life.
Everyone's got to get their shit together. I'm sorry. You got a 21-year-old. The 21-year-old needs a job.
For sure.
17-year-old needs a job.
Yep.
So you can take 2 people. They can go get jobs. They can take some of that money and put it toward food, put it toward rent, put it whatever. And yes, you get paid once a month. I get paid once a month.
Got to work.
But you got a budget. That's how you have to do. You get paid every day. You get paid every 2 weeks. You get paid once a week. You get paid once a month. You could get paid quarterly. You have to then use that and create a budget. Okay. And again, try to shed a few before you talk about
I'll
free
subsidize
food.
her gym membership. I swear to God. I'm a positive coach. I don't care where you start from, but you can work your way down. It's a way to do it. I'll tell you what, I'm a skinny guy posing as, I'm cosplaying as skinny. In real life, I'll give huge.
The reality is everyone knows the difference between going to KFC and going to the store. And by the way, the Snap, okay, first things first. You should not be able to purchase junk food with SNAP. It's free. It's from the government. Yeah. Nobody says you cannot purchase a donut, but you cannot do it with someone else's money. Yeah, you can purchase beans and rice and meat.
But
and
the whole
eggs.
populace is addicted to sugar, Ace.
I know.
Everybody's addicted to sugar and fats and carbohydrates and salty sweet. That people are stuck in this rut, and then they just give them a SNAP card to subsidize that for the big companies that are making the money.
I get it.
Yeah.
And you're not being charitable to these people.
Yeah, you're doing them a
killing
disservice.
these people. Yeah. And so your plan is to give this fatso more free food and then to yell at Kennedy Jr. because he's saying you don't want to eat this. That's not the right approach to this problem. And by the way, we'll then pay for her knee replacement and her diabetes and all
drugs.
and all.
That's the other money maker.
She'll be on the insulin, and we'll pay for all that too. You understand?
Yeah.
It's literally she's a cow. So let's be realistic. And Amy Klobuchar, you need to fix her. Not have her cry.
That's the lady that looks like Kristen Wiig, right? Or one of the SNL cast was like,
she's a dope.
Okay.
She's a dope.
Right.
I'll tell you why. There's a clip in there. If you want to know what a dope Amy Klobuchar is, there's a clip in there with Rob Reiner and her. And Rob Reiner, who I like, comes across like a retarded clown. And so does she, because Bill Maher is on the show and she's going, ooh, BMI for male 62 between the ages over 60, 194 to 210.
Yeah.
Sweet. Pass the porch tacos, bro. I'm going to celebrate. Now, Andrew, I was never going to tell you those were from the porch, but I figured you could handle it.
Hot ass limes.
That's totally fine. I used to work at a restaurant, so I would eat leftovers all the time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the day I was working at McDonald's and they told me to throw away 10 filet of fish, man, I stuffed them. No. I wolfed two. I wolfed two down the dumpster, and then I hid the other two in the arms of the, the hollowed out square inside of the dumpster. I shoved 5 of them in there.
Solid hiding spot.
I was like, I'll be back for you.
Right?
I'm coming back for you.
Did you nestle little wrappers over top
By the way, they were only being thrown out because they'd already sat too long indoors. Now I'm going to put them outdoors for another 5 hours and then go get them and eat them in the parking lot. All right. It's, I don't know what it's in a computer somewhere. Maybe Dawson would have to find it, but it is, it's Bill Maher. It's Rob Reiner on Bill Maher like 2-3 years ago, and with Amy Klobuchar and Bill Maher, who's sort of intellectually honest, just goes, oh well, if you read according to the New York Times, Hunter Biden didn't have a laptop, but and they're both like blissfully unaware of it, and then Amy Klobuchar tells us her dad used to be a news guy. She's an idiot. And we'll see if we can find it. But other things to talk about. I don't know where you're at. You watch ESPN?
Yeah,
Mayhem?
sometimes. I catch mostly during the fights, I'm not so much on there every day, but what's up?
Well, they do this thing. I've yelled about it before. I don't really get it, but I don't like it. Okay. I normally don't catch the sporting events of the day because I'm blowing Mike August in a parking lot in Ontario. I don't got time for this
That's what
shit.
you're supercharging.
Yeah. But, to be fair, I'm like, this car's taking forever to charge.
Yeah.
And Mike's like, well, it would get it to charge faster. And I was like, what? And he's like, you suck my dick. And I was like, really? He said, oh, absolutely.
No,
I said, I don't know how these electric cars work. He said, oh, I do. So that's on me for just being gullible. But I come home at the end of a long day, and I turn on ESPN.
Yeah, that's a nice
and I
relaxing thing
go,
to do.
how are we doing in the NBA playoffs? What's going on here? And I am looking forward to seeing a nice highlight reel of these two teams going back and forth. And sometimes it gets to, and now with 5 seconds left, they're down by 2. They inbounded at half court. He takes a 3-pointer. Okay, it's all good. I'm watching it like I'm watching the game. Except for at the beginning of the reel, they tell me who won. They go, Thunder goes on to another victory. Now hear the highlights.
What a slap
and I
in the
don't
face.
want the UFC will go, here's who won the fight. Now let's watch the highlights. And I'm like, why? Okay, why do you have highlights? Why do you try to build tension in a highlight? Why are you showing me the 3-pointer that's launched with the clock running out or whatever? You're trying to edit this and build and then the Thunder came back.
No, it's
and then
keep live sports the pull that they have.
Why?
Because it's ESPN.
Are you telling me the outcome
at the top
before
because
the
you won't watch
reel.
it live next time? You'll be like, oh, I'll just find out what happens on ESPN.
Is that what it is?
Hell yeah, it's got to be, Ace. I mean, think about it.
Evil.
If I tell you the result of the fight at the top of the broadcast and then show you highlights, you're like, "Oh man, I got to go next time to see that fight, to see the fight live. I got to go watch it."
It's calculated. Okay,
I think so.
I'm ready to believe you.
I don't know. Jewish people came up with it, didn't they?
Oh, the Jews! Don't get me started. All right, we have the Klobuchar over there with Bill Maher. That's funny. Rob Reiner sounds retarded.
Yeah, I mean that's normal.
That's all right. There we go.
Anything is justified in preventing them from taking office. Is it?
No. You know what's not justified? Using armed violence to try to kill people in the Capitol. That's not
trying to kill people in the Capitol.
Answer this question.
What is
was
the
it
question?
appropriate? The question is,
Was
was
the
it
press-
appropriate to bury the Hunter Biden?
You're talking about the press doing that?
He's saying that's what they did, and that is what they did. They buried the Hunter Biden story before the election because they were like, We can't risk having the election thrown to Trump. We'll tell them after the election.
And we know for a fact that that's what they did?
Of course. You don't
but
follow
I mean,
this.
saying you know for a fact that that's what they did. I don't know what they did.
I know, because you only watch MSNBC.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Well, then you would know about this.
I do know about that.
Well, you're acting
All
like
right,
you know.
pause it. You do? He does know or he doesn't know? And by the way, you know for a fact, yes, we know that there was a story involving a laptop that was buried intentionally so their guy could win. That's what happened, Rob. You know that? I don't know that. I like it when people don't know that.
You put blinders on and to look around that part of reality.
You know that 3 times 5 is 15? I don't know that. I don't know. Oh, okay, I guess we're even. Or you're fucking dumb. I don't know. Okay, you don't know, but doesn't mean. Right now there's a nuclear-powered sub that's under one of the polar ice caps. Do you know? I don't know. I don't know.
It's Schrodinger's.
It doesn't mean it's not there, dumb shit. All right, but he's going to keep going, and then Amy Klobuchar is going to jump in and help out. Rob.
That, and I do watch Fox.
You
But
do.
the point is,
You do?
we're going to prove now that the press tried to.
They're admitting it.
The
That's
press
not
is admitting it.
Yes, that's not even an issue anymore.
Poor
They're
Bill
saying,
Maher.
Yes, we basically
Bill Maher.
did this because we didn't want this to throw the election. Yes?
I don't know that they've all said this, and
Okay, the pause there.
I believe
No,
wrong.
not they've all. MSNBC hasn't said it because they're lying, and neither is CNN. Now, not all of them, Amy. It just happens to be a fact.
What's that guy famous about?
Oh, I'll tell you. He used to live up the street from me, by the way. No, so Amy Klobuchar's going to jump in and help out. I don't know if they all said it. Oh, yeah, you know that? I don't know that. Yeah, they all didn't say it. Yeah, okay. Okay, you two who don't know anything. This is what
Yeah,
happened.
this is the lady. Looks like a Muppet.
Yes, all right. Play it out.
In the
Times
First
definitely
Amendment,
did-
My dad was a reporter. I believe in it. And
Her dad's
I think
a reporter.
You have to make sure that you're treating people fairly. But I think Rob's point here is that we are dealing with a man who used to be the president right now who literally tried to lead an armed insurrection. And that's why we're so focused on this right now. And I have
That's
not
pretty
seen
strong
Okay,
this.
words.
that's good. He literally tried to lead an armed insurrection, but there wasn't armed. But anyway, she doesn't know about that. But her dad was a press guy. Okay, my dad was a podiatrist. Now, can we get back to the Hunter Biden laptop story? Or we just all go around the table. What was your dad, roofer? He was enlisted for a while, wasn't he? Yeah, Andrew's dad's a doctor. All right, everyone knows what everyone's dad did. Now, let's talk about this story. She's an idiot, but Rob Reiner comes across as an idiot. And by the way, I love when he goes, I watch Fox. No, you don't watch Fox. You watch Fox, and you'd be well healed in this story. You would know exactly what's going on with this. I don't know that. Do you know that? Do we know that? Okay, listen. Here's what I'm saying. If you go too deep into an ideology, it ends up making de facto come across as dumb. These people are coming across as dumb. Well, Amy's just lying. Rob is just sort of in between. Rob's a great director and, of course, did Spinal Tap and Stand By Me.
Oh,
and many other,
I knew
many
that I
great
liked him
movies.
for some reason and thought he was a dope for some reason, yeah.
Now, smart guy, good guy, been on the show a few times. It's just he's got Trump derangement syndrome, and it literally ruins your brain because you
everybody
can't
needs
think
an
clear.
enemy.
Everybody needs an enemy. That is true. For me, it's Kevin Smith. All right. You got some news?
I definitely do.
I got other stuff.
All right.
Let's see. I got that. I don't know. You're growing a beard. You got a mustache and a beard.
A little
It's
bit
back.
there. Yeah, it's coming
good.
out.
I watched Stephen A. Smith, and I'm like, do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want a mustache or don't you want a
You're
mustache?
applying
Why are you
different
only
beauty standards
growing?
to the black man. They do some different out there stuff, man.
You got to spend 45 minutes
Yeah,
every morning
yeah, he does.
with your shaver shaper
Yeah.
doing this weird pencil thing. You have 3/16 of an inch of whisker that just hugs the top of your. Okay, I feel the same way.
And he's always telling you the results at the beginning before he even goes into the highlights.
He's ruining the highlights for me. But I was thinking about him. I was thinking about Joe Jackson. Michael Jackson's dad had the same. I don't understand I want a mustache, but not a real mustache. it's sort of like the guys. Sometimes I'll see these LA guys and they're wearing a tight T-shirt, short sleeve tight T-shirt, and they have a scarf. And I'm like, is it hot or is it cold, bro? You got to decide. You're wearing a scarf and a tight T-shirt. Which is it? Or is it cold or is it hot? Do you want a mustache or don't you want a mustache? Stephen A., do you want a mustache? Yeah. Do you want a mustache or don't you want a mustache? I like a mustache. There's been some historically strong ones. Tom Selleck, Stalin. There's a lot of good mustaches out there. But Stephen A. has a quarter of a mustache.
It's like his mustache hasn't finished loading yet. It's like pixelated, like it's a Japanese mustache.
It's a little chocolate milk kind of mustache. Like it just took a swig of Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo. You
like
have no
Fu
mustache.
Manchu, but like FMCH.
Why?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like no letters in there.
And if you ever met a woman who's like, you're like, well, what do you think of a guy? Because you talk to women and go, what do you think? I like a beard on a guy. And someone go, I like a mustache. Or they go, I like a clean shaven guy. Have you ever heard a woman go, I like a mustache, but only like a quarter of a mustache. I want a full mustache.
Pixelated mustache.
I don't want Yosemite Sam. I want like Hitler or Stephen A. Like I want parts of a mustache. Michael Jordan and going through his Hitler phase.
Haynes.
Official underpants of Adolf Hitler. Jesus, what was that? By the way, you know what?
Yo, man, you got to prepare me for that.
We're looking at Joe Jackson, which is Michael Jackson's dad, who's the ultimate half a mustache dealer.
You saw me slip a jab, right?
Yeah.
As soon as I saw his face, I was ready.
He literally dressed like an evil carnival barker. And they would say to him, are you beating your kids? He's like, let me see if I can dress like a guy who beats his kids. I think, you know what I think Michael Jordan did with the Hitler mustache phase? I think he said to one of his buddies, he goes, I'm the most beloved, popular character in America right now. I'm talking sports. I beat them all. You think George Clooney or the president? Fuck that. Michael Jordan. People'd rather have dinner with me than anybody. Then he said to his friend, you know how much juice I got? I'm going to grow a Hitler mustache, and I'm going to dare somebody from corporate America, Haynes, or anybody to tell me to shave it off. And I bet they won't, because I got that much juice.
It could have been that, or it could have been what I heard, that he had all the antique films of Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah. It's probably what you said.
He's a big fan of the slapstick comedy, vaudeville age.
I think he grew a Hitler mustache and just went, watch me walk around, and there's nobody's going to say a fucking word to me.
Yeah, and no, the Nike told him to shave that thing off, and he went, 9.
All right, get the news ready. Let's see. I'll take a
called Spotify over his COVID commentary. Yeah, podcaster Joe Rogan claimed Tuesday that 2 unnamed former presidents were involved in the protest against the skeptical discussions about COVID-19.
I had 3 former presidents call about this ESPN trailer package thing. I don't want to brag. I don't know what was so insanely threatening about Joe Rogan saying, I'm going to work with my doctor. I would say there's only a handful of human beings who have access to better care and treatment than Joe Rogan and who are more aware of these treatments than Joe Rogan.
I imagine he has an army of doctors on his compound somewhere with the Navy SEALs or something.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that if somebody said to me, your kid got COVID, who would you like to recommend protocols, Mark Maron or Joe Rogan? I would go Joe Rogan because I bet he reads.
He's got an endocrinologist on speed dial.
Right. So then all he did is go, I did what my physician told me to do, which included ivermectin, but also 10 other things. That is threatening. Like, why is that so threatening to everybody unless they're in with big pharma and blah, blah, blah.
But it seemed like everyone was brainwashed at the time, one way or another. Like everybody was like, "Hey, don't put your damn needles in me," or they were like, "Hey, we hate you," because everybody was bored at home and had a lot of time to post on Instagram.
I don't. But see, I don't understand why everything has to turn into some sort of cause. It's just I didn't want my kids getting vaccinated because they didn't need it. It's not because I don't love them. It's not because I'm a weirdo. They weren't homeschooled. I don't have a bomb shelter. I just looked at two healthy kids with no pre-existing conditions who weren't overweight and thought to myself, fine, they're fine.
Well, but we're sitting here with this information machine just spitting it at us, overloading us, going, oh, you got to be scared this way or you got to be scared that way. And, it's not real.
I know, but the thing is like Rob Reiner could easily find out that Hunter Biden's laptop is real.
He's
it's in his
definitely a
phone.
goon.
It's just look at his phone and it's go look at the story. It's easily knowable. I knew it 2 years before that. Anyway.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I just went with the flow. Like, they told me to put a damn mask on at a convenience store. I did.
Yeah,
it was a nightmare.
Half the mask I put on, I found on the ground.
I just put it over one eye like I'm a kooky pirate.
You're going to LAX after the show. I remember walking into LAX during COVID, walking across that bridge that went from the parking structure into LAX and going, oh, shit, I don't have a mask. And I looked around and I looked down and I found some Mexican food, dude. So I ate that. No, I looked down and I saw a fucking used paper mask on the ground, on the cement, outside on that bridge. And I was like, all right, well, here we go. Shook it off and put that shit right on.
I think you spit on the inside and wipe out the dust.
Yeah. So that's what I did. I probably for sure exposed myself to way more germs by just finding masks on the ground because I always forget to bring mine.
Choked down the COVID.
Yeah, I did it. I did a show in Catalina. Did the same thing, trying to change my tickets. The woman in the kiosk, I was standing outside. She was standing in the kiosk. She goes, you got to put a mask on. I go, I'm outside. Put the mask on. I can't exchange the tickets. Jesus Christ. We're so goddamn stupid. Everyone owes me an apology. I looked around, started looking around, found a fucking one on the ground outside by a dock.
A maxi pad on
by
your
a dock.
face.
I shoved 2 tampons in my nose and put the maxi pad over my mouth. And I just stood there and I held the stupid thing. I was like, can I have my tickets exchanged now, you fat bitch? All right. So.
In other news, Mr. Beast shuts down Disneyland for a $500,000 date night in an empty park. Cheers to the greatest date in history, the YouTuber said in his latest video with his fiancee, Thea Booyasin.
She went.
Booyasin.
Shut it down.
Shut down the whole park. Him and his bros had a blast. Hey, man, only $500,000, Ace. I want to ride Space Mountain butt-ass naked.
You can do it. You can shut that place down.
Yeah, $500,000 apparently. There's a bunch of pictures and whatnot, but I guess, you guys just leaving me out here high and dry.
All right. Well, we've seen Disneyland. We've seen Mr. Beast.
Well, I mean, Mr. Beast, yeah, I don't know. That's just, what do you think about that, Ace? What would you shut down to have some fun? And would you take this chick on a date for $500,000? It would cost that much? Man, she looks pretty basic lady.
I took a date to Disneyland once from North Hollywood, got my dad's VW Rabbit that I borrowed in high school. I was going to try to impress this chick. Drove from North Hollywood in a 4-speed VW Rabbit, from 1977. Drove to Anaheim, got out, parked, went to Disneyland, and it was closed because it was Fireman's Night. You didn't have the internet. I just walked. I was like, all right, turn around, went home.
Wait, firemen? The same firemen that dissed you and wouldn't let you because of affirmative action?
Probably out celebrating another victory.
A bunch of black firemen going to Disneyland?
Yep.
Laughing at you eating popcorn with mouse ears?
Yeah. I wouldn't do it no matter how rich I was because it just feels like a waste, Yeah. On the other hand, I had to do the thing where you buy the squire, the woman in the kilt who's like squires your kids to the front of the line. $600 an hour.
Oh, yeah? The fast pass on steroids.
Oh, I hated it.
You hated it? Well, you don't seem like, you seem more like a Six Flags guy.
It was $600 an hour, and then at a certain point, like 2 hours in, they're like, let's eat. We're hungry. The kids were like, we're hungry. And then I was like, well, no, we're not sitting and eating for half an hour because that's $300 because she's on the clock.
Oh, the guilt lady stands there and watch you whoop down a hot dog?
At some point, my ex-wife's up there and she's like buying food and she turns to kilt lady. She goes, you want a water? $13. And the lady's like, yeah, I'll have a. Just don't buy her a water. She's getting $600 an hour. Let her go get her own water. And then when you're done, they're like, you got to tip them. And I'm like, you got to tip them. Why do you just give them $3,700 for that?
Hey, you got the money, man. Oh, geez, bud.
I don't know. I didn't like it.
I know. No, you know what? I'm with you. I exactly feel that. That little bit of money, like, hold on to it.
All right, let's do another one.
Yeah, next up, Candace Cameron. Banned from scary movies or from her house because they're a portal to demons.
Is she the one from Full House?
She is. The big sister from Full House.
She's religious, right?
She's very religious, and she thinks that there's opening a portal to hell if she watches scary movies on the TV. I get what she's saying. She's a little bit skittish, I would say.
You know, I like religious people, but then they don't do themselves any favors by getting weird every once in a while. The part where they take care of their family and they hold hands and they all eat together.
Yes.
And, you know, I don't let my kid look at his devices while we're eating, you know, and that kind of stuff. I go, good, good, good. And then they do the demon porthole shit. And then I go,
yeah.
Why'd you have to ruin it? I was with you. I was with you the whole time.
Remember that movie, The Gate, where it's like in the backyard, the little kid opens a portal to hell?
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That really shocked me as a child. I just kind of being triggered right now.
What was that movie? The Circle, The Ring?
The Ring?
Was it The Ring?
With the little girl in the tape, and you watch a damn tape, and it's 7 days later. Here we go. Little demon baby crawling out of the shower backwards, upside down, doing the back bend.
Babies crawling backwards. Somebody figured out that scared the shit out of people. I don't know why. It's just a baby crawling, but for some reason they're going the wrong direction.
No, backwards, upside down, it's even worse. Yeah, where they're doing like a back bend, but then their head turns around that other way.
Oh, The Ring, yeah. It's always weird, like The Haunting, where it's like, she's a little girl who lost her dolly. La, 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 la. But shouldn't you be haunted by, like, a gay merchant marine?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, shouldn't that guy be loose in your house?
Hark, Triton!
That the 7-year-old who lost her dolly? Like, that's not
Listen, man, if you're crawling out of my JVC, I'm shitting my pants, Ace, and I'm running out of there.
I am telling you, I haven't told this story in a while. I'll tell Mayhem.
All right.
It's been told before, but I am telling you the perfect storm of me scared shitless. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah, but I want to hear this one.
Okay. I lived in a home from 1923 up in the Hollywood Hills.
Oh.
The home in the Hollywood Hills had a step-down living room, the big arched ceiling. But when you got to the living room, when you went to the big window that overlooked the view and you looked back, you'd see a big flat space where it went back into the house. And I had mounted a TV set up there in the living room, which had hardwood floors and it was on a raised foundation, was perfect for skip and rope. And every night before I went into Loveline, I would skip my rope and I would watch my TV back up there. And because, and you know this, Mayhem, skipping rope makes a lot of noise.
Yep, it's a thing.
And I was in this big room, so I would crank the TV up to 50. So I could watch Entertainment Tonight and skip my rope. Okay. And then I would shut the TV and I would go to work. And this, on a Friday night, I went out and I saw The Ring down at the AMC, whatever. And I went and saw The Ring, and I came home kind of a little shooken up, but fine. Lived alone, old 1923 Hollywood house. Went upstairs, went to my bed, went to sleep. At about 3 in the morning, I heard. I was like, what the hell's going on? And I was like, what's happening? What's happening? I see light flickering under my door, my bedroom door. So I opened my bedroom door real slow, and I looked down these old wooden stairs that went right to the living room. and I see lights flashing in the living room, and now the voice is louder. It's the TV. Someone's taking over the TV set. Who turned the TV on? I start creeping down the stairs. I can't see. All I'm behind the TV coming down the stairs, but I'm seeing lights flashing and hearing this loud voice of a man yelling. And I'm like, that's it. I'm in the ring. I've entered the ring. My TV's been taken over. I shut the TV at 7 o'clock. I was on the ring. I went to bed. They took over the TV. It turned on the TV. And now I have the demon voice in the TV set, and it's louder and shit. I come creeping down the stairs. I get to the bottom. It's flashing. I'm looking at it like, I got to go in and look back up at the set, but I don't want to get sucked into the TV set.
Oh, like the baby on Poltergeist.
The Poltergeist, yeah. Or Geist. All right. Well, what am I going to do? I don't know what to do. I can't go back to bed. It's going to be weird if I call the cops, the TV. I saw the ring 4 hours earlier, yelling, and it's flashing, and it's flat. And I go in there like real slow, and I start to look up, and I see this preacher, like a late night old man preacher, like, he doesn't know a pipe organ from a bass drum. And he's like screaming the whole time. And I'm like, what's going on? Okay. This is an early model flat panel TV, like early first gen 42-inch flat panel. I don't know who designed this TV set, but the way it was designed, if the power went off and came back on, the TV would kick on. So evidently the power went off momentarily at like 3 a.m, but I was asleep, and then it kicked back on, and I had the volume all the way to 50. And it was late night, middle of the night, so it was a crazy preacher guy who was just doing his crazy fire and brimstone shit in the middle of the night, and that's why I only heard a man. If I heard Pete Ellis Dodge, Long Beach Freeway, I wouldn't have done it, but I was just hearing one guy's voice screaming the whole time.
I had the same mistake one time at a sleepover at my house. My buddy Tito turned up the TV real loud. So
Ortiz?
Rivera, whole different guy. He set out the alarm, and then in the morning, because the night before we were watching Love Line on MTV.
Good for you.
Then in the morning, it was suddenly at 100% volume was Alanis Morissette. You ought to know.
Well, if I was Alanis Morissette, and I heard about her going down on some guy in a theater, I would have been fine with that. It was no TV show I'd ever seen because it was a preacher that comes on at 3
Jerry
in the morning.
Falwell was screaming at you, gesticulating about how ring girls can jump out of the TV if you open a portal to hell.
There were two guys. The one guy wore 2 pair of glasses.
Yeah.
And he would yell, he doesn't know a bass drum from a pipe organ. And then he would also yell, this guy's a no good. There you go. He's a no good. He's a down low, no good thimble rigger. And I don't know what a thimble rigger was, but this guy was yelling the whole time. The volume was all the way up. I woke up with cobwebs in my head, and I just seen the ring. So
I don't think that was a real preacher. I think that was a character played by Dave Coulier.
Oh, with Cameron Bure.
Oh, yeah. We just mixed the whole stories. That's right. This is about Candace Cameron Bure.
All right.
That's her new name.
Ma'am, I know you got to skedaddle.
Got it. Thanks for having me.
I got to go charge my car.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, I know. You're out of town?
Yeah, I'm going to Car Jitsu, watching live.
Car Jitsu. Oh, were people fighting cars?
They fight in the car. Mayhem's going to be there calling all the action.
Really?
Yeah. God bless.
That's what happened to me and Mike in that electric car last night.
Man, I would like to see that match.
Godspeed to you, Mayhem.
Thanks,
I know
man.
you got to get to LAX. Takes fucking forever. There's the Indian plane crash, which is insane because, I don't know, 240 people died or so, and one guy lived, which is nuts. I mean, the footage is nuts. It's a big plane. It's a 787, which is big, like there's the 737s, those are smaller, and then there's the Airbus, I don't know, 800 or something, and B and C and all that stuff. But the The Dreamliners are the big ones. I mean, that is a full-size plane, and it looks like it just lost power. I mean, it's also, we take for granted flight. Like, it's amazing. It's an amazing thing that we can just get in an airplane and not really think about it. So appreciate it. But one guy survived, which is nuts because kind of reminds me, I've told you guys this a million times, but it's when the Bismarck sunk the Hood. The Hood was a naval vessel from England, and the Bismarck was German, and the Hood got sunk. And it always stuck with me because I'll screw it up a little, but there are like 1,800 souls on the Hood, which was I don't know if it was a battleship. I think it was a battleship. Or just, it was a battleship probably. And they went into the water, and I think 2 or 3 guys came out of the water, which is, it's just an insane thing, those kind of odds. So one guy is left out of all these souls and walked away from it. Now, I don't know what you're into. I don't know if you're into the karma or the great magnet or Jesus Christ, but I would keep an eye on this guy because there's something going on. I mean, he's either want to take him to the track or he's going to end up being a pedophile. Like there's something with this guy. Could you imagine if this guy, like, let's just say 11 years from now, just got drunk, got behind the wheel of his car and ran your kid over? How cosmically would you square that? You know, the guy who killed John Lennon, he tried to kill himself years earlier. I mean, that crazy? So the guy, he's living in Hawaii. He goes one day, just parks his car at dawn. At 5 a.m, he's going to sit in his car. He's going to watch the sunrise. He's going to take a garden hose from the tailpipe of his car and put it in there and die of carbon monoxide poisoning. And he passes out, and he's probably going to be dead in 10 minutes. And a surf fisherman shows up, sees the guys in the car, sees the pipe, pulls the pipe out, brings the guy back. Guy's nursed back to health. Then he moves to New York and assassinates John Lennon. So first off, can you picture if Yoko Ono met that guy, the surf fisherman? Like, thanks a lot, bro. Thank you. I mean, literally, John Lennon does not have to be dead. That guy was killing himself, and he was already dying, and somebody saved him. Mark David Chapman, by the way. All right. So the one guy in seat 11A is one guy. That's it. That's the guy who made it. When I first saw footage of the one guy, I thought it was a hoax. Like, I really did. And maybe it is still. I mean, I thought it was like one of those things where the person, is running the Boston Marathon and then cuts across the park and then dumps water on their face like they're all sweaty and then comes out like, oh, man, I just won the Boston Marathon and I'm doughy and white. But it could be a hoax. I don't know. It's a weird hoax. You'd have to be ready for it. I don't know what he was thinking. I mean, look, it's easily done because there's a manifest and he would be on it or not be on it. But either way, it's an incredible story. Also, the other story that I wanted to get into is a woman. The footage is making the rounds, so I think we should just show the black woman is going to work, and a soy boy and his gal pal are explaining to her why it's more important that they block traffic, I think, in New York than her get to work. She's, the guy's perfect. He looks like Pippi Longstocking. She's yelling.
What about my kids? Look at this. That's what happens to my kids. But you can if you could just move out the way. You're not going to. How is this a peaceful protest if there's nothing peaceful? No, it's not.
How do y'all as white people feel about stopping a black woman from going to work?
Oh, no, not work.
All right, pause it for a second. It's funny. But it's also funny that everyone has to in 2025 break everything down along racial lines? Like, how do you feel the white people stopping black people from going to work? His answer was great. I'm not looking at him. I think he's high. I think he's like rolling on something. This guy seems pretty high. There's a new breed of cat out there, like young dudes who don't really think about work, and work is kind of for suckers and makes you the man or something. And also, if you think about what they're doing, and this is the times we're living in, but this is the problem. Okay, you are protesting something. So what are the two things you're protesting? Or what are the main three? Let's say protests. What do we want? Like nobody, like I don't like paper straws, but I'm not going to take to the streets. And I can't get enough of my friends together to go take the day off work and march for me over the scourge that is paper straws. Or I don't like the fact that the Starbucks you have to use a code to go into the bathroom. Otherwise, you can't get in. But I'm not going to take to the streets. I do not like red left turn arrows. For instance, when the light is green, I should be able to just turn left when it's safe. But I'm not going to take to the streets and protest. So what are we protesting? What are the big protests? Well, there's the climate stuff, right? That's the existential threat. And your kids aren't going to know their kids because they're going to be dead by their 23rd birthday. So climate, if you think about it, let's just say here are the rules to the protest game. All right, we got two problems. We got climate, all right, and then we got Trump, who's Hitlerian and is going to end our democracy. So that's not paper straws. And that's not a code to the Starbucks bathroom. That's serious stuff, right? So, and let's just say we're all in. So, the climate, this earth as we know it, will end in 7 to 14 years, unless we make dramatic change right now. And that includes all of us. Okay. Well, I got kids and they just turned 19. So I'd like to have them see their 30th birthday. So that would be something to take to the streets for. And then the other is we have a 6'4", 250-pound red-haired Hitler who's going to take over and he's going to destroy our democracy. And he's going to round up people in unmarked vans. He's going to disappear them into parts unknown. Okay. Well, then that's a good reason to protest. Now, the crossroads we're at as a society is none of this shit is happening. But if you think it's happening, then you should protest. So now we got a situation here. We're at a crossroads, literally. We got a black chick who needs to get to work, and then we got the two people that are explaining that Trump is Hitlerian, and I guess he's mobilized ICE, and I'm guessing this is an ICE thing, and ICE is like the Gestapo, and they're showing up with masks over their face and unmarked vans, and they're disappearing people into countries that are, Central America, and they're putting them in cages in Central America. Now, if that in fact was happening, then that probably is more important than her getting to her job behind the counter at the Avis at the airport on time. Except for the rub is none of that's happening. That's the tricky part. Because it's sort of like saying, you see those videos where they scare the person, the wife goes up to the bedroom and the guy jumps out in the gorilla suit and she goes running down the stairs screaming. It's not happening. There's no gorilla in this person's house. It's the husband playing a joke. But are we to blame the woman who's running down the stairs screaming? Now, I would argue running down perpetual stairs that never end screaming, eventually it's on. When you get into year number 7 of her running from the gorilla screaming, At a certain point, that becomes Al Gore. Then you go, okay, maybe this shit isn't happening. Or if Trump, who was the Hitlerian guy who had his designs on socialism and destroying the country, being a strong-fisted, strong-armed dictator, well, considering he was the president already, none of this happened, then I would make the argument that, like the guy in the gorilla suit, it's time to stop running down the stairs of life screaming. But if, in fact, this is happening, then they are correct to keep the black chick from her job. That's what I'm saying. Is there more? I want to see more of that. But it's not happening, and they should know that. Go ahead. We'll see if we can carry on with that.
And these people are having their children taken and their parents. What about my kids? I need my dog.
Look at this.
Then what happens to my kids? I can't help you. But you can if you could just move out the way.
You're not going to.
How is this a peaceful protest if there's nothing to do? No, it's not.
How do y'all as white people feel about stopping a black woman from going to work?
Oh, no, not work.
That guy's high.
So you don't care about stopping black people from going to work?
Look at this line that you guys are causing. I'm not causing no problems. I'm not trying to. We're just trying to leave.
Can't leave. All right, there's a way to deal with it, which is run them the fuck over, which I'm fine with. And I'll tell you, DeSantis and the Florida sheriff, Wayne Ivey, who I've hung out with a little bit, is fine with it too, because, look, if you're in your car and an angry mob is surrounding you and they're blocking you and you're in danger, then fuck it, run them over. It's them or you. I think we'll play the DeSantis clip first.
And we also have a policy that if you're driving on one of those streets and a mob comes and surrounds your vehicle and threatens you, you have a right to flee for your safety. And so if you drive off and you hit one of these people, that's their fault for impinging on you. You don't have to sit there and just be a sitting duck and let the mob grab you out of your car and drag you through the streets. You have a right to defend yourself in Florida.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you should. I mean, be nice to hear that in every state. But, yeah, it's so weird, people's relationship with that stuff. You know, the cop car rammed the people. They were jumping on the hood of the cop car. Really? In this country, if a guy was dancing a jig and jumping up and down on the hood of a cruiser and the cruiser pulled forward and the guy fell off, half of this country would be angry at the cops. There's a way to avoid getting run over. Don't stand in front of cars that need to go. And especially, would you trust freaked out mom with her kid in the back seat? Just mama bear just sitting there with her little foot on the accelerator? You really want to stand in front of that crazy woman and menace her with their kid in the back and God knows what pharmaceuticals in her blood, or who knows what kind of day she's been having? Could be that time of the month. I'm just saying, I that's on you if you want to stand in front of that person and menace them. We have the sheriff too, who I enjoy. I love this guy. Listen, also idiots. You're blocking the street. You're stopping the poor black woman from going to work. You're not stopping Trump from getting to the Oval Office. You're spitting in the face of the beat cop who's 26, has nothing to do with this. He's getting the minimum, and he's just doing his job. You're not even affecting the people you want to affect. You're affecting, Maxine Waters is there yelling at the National Guard, average age 22 and 4 months. They're just dudes, probably making $800 a month. Just got pulled out of their bed and forced to go somewhere and sleep on the floor and eat shit on a shingle for breakfast. You guys abusing these guys. Now, look, that's not the same as me abusing a meter maid, because meter maids take that job. Nobody has to be a meter maid. And when you sign up to be a meter maid, you sign up to hand out chicken shit tickets and ruin people's day. You sign up to be a cop or National Guard. You could be the National Guard and there because there was a huge earthquake and you were there guarding the governor's house or something. You don't sign up to do whatever you're upon. You sign up to be a cop. You may sign up to save people or burning cars and take down gangbangers. But yeah, we got you over here in downtown LA. So, but you don't sign up for it. There's certain jobs that deserve the punishment and the ire, like parking enforcement personnel and publicists. You guys signed up for this shit. You didn't have to do it. All right, let's see. I think I got all my extra information off my chest. Thanks for hanging in. Thanks for telling a friend. Going to be over at Jimmy Kimmel's Club in